Let's go.
Live with the Woodlard Roar!
Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all know what this is. Peace and blessings. It is your boy, Eli Rax, aka Vibes, and welcome to New York Revival, where it's not just sports, it's entertainment. And I'm here with my brothers, man. You guys know who they are, and that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Speed the genius.
Hey.
You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. And of course, my brother El Jefe, aka White Jersey, aka Blue Jersey, aka El Jefe, in the building here tonight, guys. Man, shout out to you. Yes, you, the revivalists in the chat. Please hit that thumbs up, share, and subscribe. We do appreciate all the support, guys. Don't forget, if you're watching on X, hit that like button and repost. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. It helps the algorithm and it helps bring special guests like the one we have tonight, because that shows them like, man, these guys really are bringing views. They're doing something right? So hit that like button for us here. But first, man, let's go around the room really quick, man. How was your week? And I'm going to start with El Jefe, because you're looking like the luck of the Irish right now, brother. We got to get to you quick.
Listen, this is the turning point of the year, guys. You make it out of February and into March. It's not just the Irish blood coursing through my veins, but it's the turning. You can feel the weather turning. We got people playing golf this week, right? Shooting an 80. We'll talk about it. So this is St. Patty's week. So much fun, so much to like about it. Cheers to anybody
Cheers.
who's drinking along with me.
It's got the Guinness and everything. Oh my god. You are
if it was a Greek holiday, I would expect the same kind of nonsense from you. This is my shit.
Jealous.
Facts. These are facts.
Speed, what you got, big dog?
Yeah, dude. I celebrated with my birthday with you guys over the weekend. So that led me straight into free agency, where we've had fireworks the last 2 days. So I couldn't be happier. I gotta be honest with you. Like I said, the weather's nicer now. St. Patty's Day, St. Patty's week always gets me pumped. College basketball tournaments starting. I mean, I'm living my best life right now, man.
Listen, man, I would go around the room and ask about my week. No one cares. Why? Because we have a special guest in the building, and why make them wait even longer than what we need to? Guys, if you don't know, now you know. And just in case you've been living under a rock, man, we about to introduce you to the guy that is really on the inside, the guy that talks his mess, the guy that's from my hometown, Staten Island. You know what it is. Paisano, my guy, your guy, from the Giant Insider, Chris, the Bisignano. Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause! Round of applause, my brother Biz.
What's up?
How's everything, brother?
Fellas, what's up? Everybody feeling good? Happy birthday there.
Thank you, sir.
Spill, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Are you full-blown Greek?
I am half Greek, half Armenian. Yeah. So
okay. The wife is a full-blown Greek on my end.
Hey,
I just love the way Greeks smell each other out in crowds. And
exactly, we see each other.
It's amazing. My wife will all of a sudden be like, "That's Greek," and all of a sudden start talking Greek and all that stuff. I don't know.
Facts, dude. All right,
very proud to be Greek. Those Greeks, they sniff each other out. It's amazing, man.
Unlike the Irish, yes.
Hold on. Actually, you met my wife here, Hef, right? And I was like, yeah, the Irish. I don't know what happened, great. But they couldn't figure it out. I was like, Irish, all right, cool, yeah, we're good. Let's get a drink. They drink a lot.
It took me and her 3 minutes to connect. We actually, Eli bought shots of tequila for everybody, and the shot came with like a bigger glass, more like a whiskey sized glass, but it had like a lime, it had the salt on the rim, and then just Casamigos in the glass. So I say to her, I'm like, what's the order of events here? And she goes, you drink it.
Exactly.
And I was like, okay, we're gonna be all right, guys. I'm changing something up one night only.
Ooh,
I like it.
Okay.
I like the
We're
green.
really getting in the spirit right now.
I like the green,
it.
man. Yeah.
Does this count, Hefe? Is this count behind me for the green?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Bisignano, you're Irish, I could tell.
Yeah, I'm really Irish. Yeah.
Listen, guys, let's rip the Band-Aid off. We got a lot of questions here
Yeah.
from my guy Chris,
go.
man. And of course, what
You
everybody
guys
wants to
excited?
hear-
You guys excited?
Listen,
Some of the signings.
Great time to
We're
have you on,
excited.
man. A lot of action. A lot of action.
Yeah.
We're
Busy
excited.
2 days. Yeah.
But I'll tell you this, man, we're gonna get to all of that stuff. But everybody wants to know, and everybody is asking, what the hell is going on with Aaron Rodgers? Is he on the hook with us, or we got to look at Russell Wilson at this point? Let's hear what you
Okay,
got.
so with Aaron Rodgers and the Giants, guys, I'm gonna break into a Guns N' Roses song. Are you ready?
Yes.
Need a little patience. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at, brother. I've just texted a few people about 10, 15 minutes before we went on, and the word is patience. Just see what Aaron's going to do and all that stuff, and we'll see where they're at. It looks like it's between the Steelers and the Giants, and Aaron Rodgers is Aaron Rodgers, which means drama,
Oh,
decision making.
I was gonna say,
all that stuff.
Biz,
So-
is he already annoying?
Rodgers, you know Rodgers, Rodgers is going to be Rodgers, but
Yeah.
I got to ask you guys, because 3 weeks ago when Aaron Rodgers' name was mentioned, most Giant fans are like, "Are you kidding me? Get the hell out of here!" Me and some like, "Oh, what do we want to do with that guy's drama for?"
Yeah.
But now here we are, about 3 weeks later, and he's the best quarterback in the market by far. It's not even close. Okay, Matthew Stafford probably had him beat. Matthew's long re-signed with the Rams, and now Aaron's the best one out there. Come on, let's
Yep.
So, how you guys feeling, man? I mean, if he winds up going in a blue uniform, are you guys down with it, or are you pissed, or what's your feelings on it?
No, listen, I'm excited. And the reason why I got excited is because Spiro, in about maybe 4 to 5 podcasts ago, broke it to us and he gave us the plan. And I was like, Speed, you might be on to something. But again, you start to look at the quarterback class or the free agency class here. He is the best one out there. And a lot of people go, give me Jameis Winston or give me Russell Wilson. And I'm like, but you got Aaron Rodgers, like right there on the hook. Like, why would you take those guys at this point, knowing that he's the better option? But people take it so personal because of the theatrics that comes with Aaron Rodgers' name. They assume that they want to kind of pass on him. But I'm happy. Get me in a blue uniform, please. I'm begging, Aaron. I don't know if you're watching, right?
Listen,
But come on and sign, brother. Come on over, please.
Well, I could tell you this, guys. As usual, the reporting that's going on out there, half of it's totally, completely, not even close to reality. Like there's been the narrative a couple weeks ago was like the Giants were chasing Rodgers. Shane's trying to get him, this and that. Well, guys, I could tell you this: Rodgers wanted the Giants. Rodgers reached out to the Giants. Okay.
Really?
All right, Rodgers and the Giants were mutual, man. It wasn't Joe. It wasn't Joe chasing Rodgers. It was a thing where Rodgers was interested. Okay, Giants found out about his interest, and of course, look, it would be malpractice,
right?
By Joe Shane if he didn't decide to explore a future Hall of Famer that was out there. Look, guys, these guys, you got to remember something too, right? Shane and Dable, they got to win some games next year, brother. They got to win some games. If they don't, another 3-14 season, they're done. Okay, they're done.
Yeah.
So they got to win some games, and they're going to try to get. Are they going to try to move up to number one and get their guy? Yeah. They've already been talks about it with Tennessee. Nobody knows what Tennessee wants to do yet. That's the thing. Yeah. Now you see social media, and I tell guys on the Giant Insider podcast, me and Jerry do the podcast, guys, you got to watch who you follow, who you listen to on social media. Like, there's a lot of, everybody knows what Tennessee's doing with the number one pick. No, they don't. Nobody knows what Tennessee doesn't know what they're doing yet. They're still evaluating. So we don't know what they're going to do yet. But has there been phone calls about, hey, guys, listen, if you're looking to move out, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, sure. Sure it has, But we'll see what Tennessee wants to do. But as far as Aaron, it looks like it's down to Pittsburgh and the Giants. And Giants, look, Joe Shane's a pretty patient dude, man. He's okay, Aaron, let us know. What are you going to do? And I'm sure it's going to be within the next day or so, or tonight, maybe late, or tomorrow, more, whatever it might be. And we'll find out. So we'll see.
You think all the final offers are in at this point? It's just like, hey, Aaron's going on another.
Aaron knows the numbers. Aaron knows the numbers.
Yeah. Is he going on one of those Alaska trips and then going to tell us after this weekend or something?
It's just Aaron assessing what he feels best for him.
So what do you think gives us the leg up, in your opinion, over the Steelers? Because in everybody's mind here, we're like, Steelers are an institution. They're always in the playoffs. They got Tomlin there.
Yeah, sure.
So why would he pick us? Yeah, is there anything in your mind?
Well, I think, I'm sure they're going to sell what they just did in free agency. I'm sure they're going to sell Malik Neighbors. Okay. I'm sure they're going to sell what they plan on doing in the draft as far as, look, I think the Giants are going to draft another receiver. Look, you see what they did in free agency. It always kind of dictates the draft, right? The Giants have been defensive heavy in his free agency, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So you kind of figure they're going to go to offense. Obviously they can look for the quarterback, number one. And that's going to be their sell. Look what we're building here. You have one of the best receivers in the NFL. Aaron, he's only going to get better with you.
And Rodgers likes him. There was a clip
Rodgers
of him.
loves Malik.
Yeah,
Rodgers loves Malik.
He was going up to him, talking to him specifically that he likes.
Rodgers absolutely loves Malik.
That's cool.
Hey, look, we just brought back a veteran. Okay, you'll connect with right off the bat. He's a solid number two. Darius, that's going to be this sell. You could agree with that or not, but that's going to be this sell. Hey, we got a slot guy that could get you 70, 80 catches. Yeah. We got a young tight end that's up and coming. Aaron, he's a good seam guy. Aaron loves those seams. He's a good seam guy. And so that's going to be the sell. Now, look, whether or not that works over a franchise like Pittsburgh, who's in the playoffs every year, who will go back to the playoffs probably with Aaron, that's up to them. So, that's going to be up to him. So,
one thing that's got to be in the Giants' favor, everything you said, but also he's been living here for 2 years. If there's a part of him that likes where he is right now, he might say, all right, let me rock with this for another year or two. I like where I'm at.
Right.
He doesn't have to move. It's all right here. And
you just
I wonder if that's part of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And look, Hefe, when it first came out that Rodgers had interest in the Giants and then the Giants had interest in him and all that stuff. Look, this is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. If you don't think for 1 second he wants to stick it right up the Jets' asses by being successful in the building that just cut him, MetLife, you're sadly mistaken because he did not like the way the Jets did their business.
That's what Spiro's been saying.
He did not like that at all, Rodgers. He's a very prideful guy. All right. He doesn't want to go out like he went out this season. He didn't like what the Jets did to him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he wants to have a very successful season in the building where the Jets play too and say, hey, stick it up your asses. That's Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. Guys, that's Aaron Rodgers. That's the way he is. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that's Aaron Rodgers, So
I'm betting on I'm betting on the vindictive Hall of Fame talent that's now fully held 2 years removed from the Achilles injury. I'm betting on him. I think that he's got his halfway healthy season last year was still the best season a Giants quarterback has had in over a decade. So imagine what a fully healthy Aaron Rodgers behind a, dare I say, better offensive line with, arguably, a good cast around him and neighbors. I'm going to take my chance on him. But I got another question here. Oh, sorry. Go.
Yeah, speak.
Well, I want to change topics real quick because big signing happened today. Javon Holland came over, and I want to ask you about the process, right? Because a lot of people are pissed off and worried. Not pissed off. They like the signing, but they say, why let your homegrown talent in McKinney go because he was at the top of the market to only sign another safety that's at the top of a market? Did Shane's process change? Was this a personal thing with McKinney? Give us your inside information on this whole process and what went down.
Look, they made him a good offer. They weren't going to go up to 17 last year, McKinney. Now he turns around. Look, McKinney is an excellent football player. You can't let talent walk out the door. But they decided last year didn't pay him. Was there maybe a little bit more that great? Look, this guy GR8 knows says, hey, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Well, I could tell you he's a little onto something there where, look, they still made Zay a very good offer, but there's a little bit more to it. It was one of those situations where, okay, if he walks, he walks. You get what I'm saying, guys?
Right.
Was it beyond the accident? Just like a personal, a gelling thing?
It was a little bit more. It wasn't so much. Yeah, I'll tell you what happened with the accident. He came clean, right? When he came back, when he got injured, he came clean with Mara and Shane. And if you remember, they didn't discipline him at all. If you remember, they could have. They could have, but they didn't.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few other things. Well, let's just say that they didn't mind Zay if he moved on. They gave him an offer and they were going to go.
That's the feeling I got.
Okay. And they didn't mind if Zay moved on. Look, I'm not going to get into it. It's a year ago. I like Zay. I always liked him personally. But there's some things, like I said, that maybe they were like, okay, Zay, we're going to offer you this, but we're not going to go this.
Right.
You know, and if you walk, you walk.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying, guys?
Yeah.
There's some guys,
definitely.
you know, anyway. So they came back this year and they decided to give what did Holland get? 15 per, a little bit under.
Yeah, he got.
Look, I get it. I
3 for 25.
understand. Look, I understand Giants fans are like, well, what the hell are we doing? You know, it's a couple of million. Why didn't you just pay Zay? You know, they didn't. They went back and they got to look. He's not McKinney, Holland, but he's a pretty good safety. And
a lot of people, you know, non-Giants fans are coming out of the woodwork saying this is a great deal for the Giants, and
it is. He's a good player. Look, Javon is a kid. Well, when he was a rookie, I loved him. Kind of slack. Had some injuries. Thought he played pretty decent last year. He earned himself a nice contract. He's a good safety. Is he McKinney? No, he's not as good as McKinney. He doesn't have the range as McKinney in coverage wise, but he's a good player. I think you guys will like him. You know, look, I think Joe. They realize what the offense has been an issue, right, guys? But the defense has also been an issue.
Yeah.
So we're going to go out there and we're going to address some things to the defense, and then we're going to shift to the offense, you know, and try to address it to the draft. So they need secondary was an issue. I remember a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about Banks, and I said we got to get another guy opposite of Banks, and I said, and people were like, Chris, we got Flott. What Biz? What about Flott? I'm like, guys, enough with Flott, please.
Yeah.
He's 3 years in the league. I'm done with Flott.
He's fine. I'm
done with Flott. I'm done with his injuries. He's okay. Yeah. Oh, no. So obviously Joe agreed, and he was like, he went out there and got a Debo, and then you bring in Holland, you know, too.
Would you agree with Jerry here? Would you dare I say a strength? Would you call a secondary a strength yet, or is it still too early?
No, it's too. Look, it's too early for that, but on paper right now, it looks like it could be because look, Adebo's another kid. You know, he's started from when he was a rookie with the Saints. I remember him struggled a little bit his rookie year. Really came on his second, third year. I was like, oh, this kid's really developed. Last year he breaks his leg, and he was playing well before he broke his leg. So, look, here's the thing, guys. You know, I know we all follow each other, so you've seen my rant lately, and I'm going to continue on it because I'm sick of the bullshit. Okay,
talk to me. There we go.
Paulson Adebo is a man. Press man guy. He'll get up in your face. He wants to play man. Tate Banks is a press man guy who wants to play man. Drew Phillips is a press man from the slot. He wants to get up in your face and be physical. So I don't want to hear the bullshit about, hey, you know, well, they got to fit my system. No, Shane. They don't fit. You have to adjust to what they do.
Yes.
If you can't do that, get the hell out of here. Okay. So, I mean, I know they brought Bowen back, myself included. Wasn't that thrilled about that, but Dable brought him back. So you have to adjust to their talent.
Yep.
So in other words, I don't want to see cover 4 every damn freaking play.
I agree.
Now, that's in all fairness to Shane. He does go into man sometimes, but we all know he's not a man-heavy coordinator. But you know what? When you got man-heavy corners, you got to adjust to what these kids could do.
Yeah.
Okay?
Amen.
So, and if you don't believe me, I think you guys see what Carl Banks tweets, because me and Carl have been going back and forth on Twitter like this, and we go back and forth personally on this too. And Banks has been retweeting everything I'm saying about. In other words, Banks is like, yeah, you got to adjust to your freaking talent, Shane.
Yeah.
Okay? I mean, that's what it's all about. So we'll see what Bowen does, how he adjusts this year. But, you know, you got to kill like Paulson Adebo. Adebo, he wants to get up in your face. The kid's a ball hawk for a reason.
Yep.
All right? He wants to be physical. Drew wants to be physical. Trust me, Drew wants to be physical in the slot. Tate Banks, look, he did not have a good year last year, guys. I'm not giving up on Tay yet. I know a lot of people have. I know I got guys close to the Giants organization. That's it. I'm done with him. Oh, okay, whatever. I'm not giving. You know what? Let's get him up in man more. I thought he played better with wing. I think he's more of a man guy. He wants to play man. We'll see how it goes in year 3. I'm not giving up on Tate Banks yet. But you also got to play to their strengths, right, guys? And that's all I'm saying. And I'm going to keep saying it. Sorry, but you know, Bowman likes that off man. He likes that cover 4. I mean, he's the only guy I ever seen, you know, he'd be inside the 5. He's playing off man. I mean, what are we doing? You know,
what are we doing?
I agree.
So,
and let me ask you this, Biz, because you know you're the insider. Are the Giants looking at another offensive, like a guard at this point to protect Aaron Rodgers or a guy, or are they comfortable with Evan Neal at this point playing guard? The fact that they moved the ball.
Well,
are you hearing?
We haven't even been. We don't even know yet if they're going to plan on moving Neal over to guard.
Okay.
We don't know yet. I don't know. I know some people put it out. Yeah, we're hearing he's going to move the guard. Yeah, I'm sure they're going to give it a look, maybe, but they haven't come out. I mean,
they had a lot of time.
Right now
to try it out.
Right now we have no right guard, right?
No, not right now, but there's plenty of time. Look, there's some guys on the market still. You got the draft, you know what I mean? So let's see what happens with that. Look, I think we asked Joe at the end of the year, Preston, and he was like, no, he's staying at tackle. Basically telling us now that could shift. Okay, that might shift by training camp, but we'll see.
Please.
Look, there's some guys out there that you could plug in and right guard. I put on something the next little while ago. Hey, give Kevin Zylo a call. He's 33, 32.
Yes.
See if he wants a 1-year deal or 2-year deal, maybe the front loaded, maybe second year you could get out of it. Guy could still play well for the Lions last year before he got hurt. Guy like that. Bring him
I can't
back.
believe he's only 32, 33. It seems like a lifetime ago that we had him here.
Yeah. So
Will Hernandez is also out there.
Big Will.
Former
Look,
Giant.
there's a few guards. There's a few veteran guards out there, and we'll see what Joe does with that. So
they were in on Freeze, right? Or Fries? How do you say his name?
Will Fries just signed. He just signed with the Vikes.
Yeah, they were in on him though, right? They
I didn't hear that. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I know people. People put it out there. Oh yeah, I heard the Giants were in on him. Really? Who told you that? Yeah, really? Okay.
Whispers.
I didn't hear that. Maybe it's true. Some people running. Some people. They like to rub the social media wind as far as, he's with Fry. Really? Okay. I didn't hear that. Nice play. I know he got hurt last year, but kid from Cranford over here in Jersey, but no, he signs with the Vikes, and we'll see. Look, guys, it's only day 2 of free agency,
Yeah.
Third wave of part of free agency is coming, so we'll see.
If it seems like Aaron Rodgers is the preference right now. Is it as far as is the plan B to immediately shift to Russell Wilson?
I don't know. I would imagine it is. Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
And then let's say we land, say for argument's sake, we do get Aaron Rodgers for whatever the money is. Let's put that on the side for now. Do you think that moves the needle enough? Obviously, we still have the draft to go, but I personally like what Joe Shane has done in free agency so far.
Okay.
Do you think that makes them? I think the Eagles are kind of on their own level. Does this make the Giants competitive now, at least with the Cowboys in Washington?
Oh, I think it does. Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying they'll have a better record than Washington, but I don't think there's any question that makes them a competitive football team. This is still Aaron Rodgers, guys. Look, when Aaron's hamstring healed last year for the Jets, he started moving out of that pocket better, started winging that ball. He's still real good, even though he's not the same player. Okay. So, without question, it makes him competitive, man. Way more competitive.
I like to hear that.
I like to hear that. Now, guys, just shout out to the 890 people that are in the building watching us live right now with Chris, the Bisignano from Giant Insider. Guys, get your question highlighted today and etc. for Chris if you have any. And of course, man, you guys know what time it is, right?
Holy shit, a super chat.
Oh, Hefe, let's get to it, brother. Let's
Go from the top. I need money. I mean, Richard
We
Judge,
all do.
we love you.
Hey, it's true.
Former revivalist of the month. Shout out to you, Richard Judge, man. Thank you so much for the donations. We appreciate you guys as usual. Again, if you have any questions, man, for Chris, the Bisignano, here he is. But we call him the Biz here. I don't know how you can say that. It's a tongue twister a little bit there. All right, but
Chris,
shout out, man. But go ahead, Hef. Smee, I'm sorry.
Chris, you gonna be at the draft or what? Did you hear the word?
I'll be in the media room. I'll be in the media room.
Okay. Let's
I heard you guys. All you guys are going to Green Bay?
Hell yeah,
buddy.
Yeah.
Let's do
Oh, wow.
this.
Good for you. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Good for you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good for
We're
you.
trying to. Yeah, we're trying to get in there. But so I want to.
You guys
ask
got your
real
tickets?
quick.
You guys are ready
Well,
to roll?
we're working here. We're working the streets, trying to get it.
Gotcha.
Trying to get to the pit. That's what we're really trying to get to. But
we gotta get down there.
Yeah, we gotta get in there.
We gotta get there.
You
Wait, you're gonna be in the media room at the draft or at the Giants?
No, I go to the Giants facility. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be in the media room at the Giants facility. Yes. Yeah.
So Chris, another question too, because the draft, of course, is around the corner after all this free agency madness. Let's just skip forward a little bit. Have you been hearing any whispers? Because it's just kind of tight-lipped here that the Giants are keying in on any particular quarterback as far as a Shador or a Cam or a Jackson Dart. Are you hearing anything out of there?
Yeah, no, I'm not. I know they like Sanders, and they like them both. But if anybody's separating, I don't know. And anybody tells you they do know, they're full of shit. Because that room up in the draft room right now is like Fort Knox. Okay,
Right.
So if you notice, guys, even the insiders, right? Even guys like Rapp, Adam, Shefty, they won't come out. You just tell me they won't say, "Oh, I'm hearing the Giants like this guy better." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Notice that you hear these other buffoons on social media who think they're in the know. Oh yeah, I'm hearing this. You know what I mean? I see some people argue. I like that. I heard Joe Shane. Guys, I don't know, man. I really don't know. And let me tell you something. Nobody really knows except for a few guys. That shit is not leaked out as far as we're going to go with Ward over Sanders. Okay. I don't know which. I know that. Look, I know they like Shador. That I could tell you from weeks ago. Asking around a little bit, talking to some people. They like Shador. Now, as far as Ward, have they separated? Do they like Ward more? They might. I don't know. I could not tell you that. I'm not going to bullshit you guys and say, "Oh yeah, I'm hearing it."
No,
guys, I do not know. And anybody that's coming out and saying, "Oh yeah, I hear they like Ward more," where you getting that from?
Right.
Guys, that room is guarded. And Joe Shane and Dave's, they only speak to a few people. Well, that's tough to find out. I know a lot of people think they find that out, but no, I don't know. I don't know if Ward's separated. I don't know if Shador's separating. But all I could tell you is that I told you earlier is that look, they have reached out to Tennessee.
That was my next question.
They get it kind of like the parameter of a deal if they're looking to move out. This is no really. Look, last year in Hard Knocks, you saw Joe right on TV, right? I'm going to go over to New England. I'm going to see what they want for that. Remember, they were. Look, are they doing that? Sure. Are the teams doing it? Sure. Other teams have reached out to Tennessee too. They want to get a feeling. Hey, look, guys, if you move out, keep us in mind. What are you talking about?
Right.
That shit goes on this time of year, and it's going to go on up until April 24th. So.
We'll see. At what point do you see Tennessee just shutting off the phones and being like, Ward's our guy? Or because to me, the indecision still, the longer it goes on, the more I think the Giants have a chance, right? And I don't see the more holes that are getting filled from a quarterback standpoint outside of Cleveland and Tennessee. Makes me think, hey, if the door's open still, that means they're not sold on him, right? Maybe are they waiting for a king's ransom? Or they
always have to listen, guys. You always have to listen.
Yeah.
Look, even New England last year, right? They were going with May, but they were listening because you never know if a team comes in with a ridiculous package that you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Now, New England, look, Joe in New England last year, they were going back and forth. They met with Drake May. They made the decision. We're going to go with May because everybody knew Washington was going with Daniels, right? Everybody knew Washington wasn't trading out. In April, the word was we're going with Daniels because it looked like Chicago was going to go with Caleb, which they did. And there's no way that Washington was passed up with Daniels. The question mark was Drake May, right? What was New England going to do with May? Back and forth. They didn't decide, May's our guy. But they were always listening because you never know if some buffoon team comes in and offers 3 number ones and all this kind of stuff.
Right.
You always have to listen, So will they be listening to Tennessee? Sure. Now they've met with Cam Ward already. I think they've met with Sanders. I think both of them in that building, Tennessee, if I'm correct there. And look, after they met with these kids, they might have made a decision. You know what? The more we watch them, we met them. Hey, we really love this Ward. Somebody's gonna have to blow us out of the water to get at number 1. Or they're like this.
Yeah.
Don't know. We don't know that, guys. We don't know that. So we don't know what Tennessee's thinking, And there's a lot of smoke, a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, right.
Flying around. They do it on purpose,
Yeah.
Speed, were you going to get to the super? Because it's right in line with what we're talking about. All right. Thank you, Peter, again. From was it yesterday's show? Peter was all over it.
Peter, we
appreciate you, man.
It's true, though. None of the free agent quarterbacks are linked to the Titans. So that reeks of staying put and picking your quarterback.
I heard Russ, but it was like one tweet, or it wasn't very substantial. So that's worrisome. Agreed.
Yeah, actually, somebody told me that Russell Wilson did have a conversation with Tennessee, but didn't seem to go there. Didn't seem to go very far, from what I understand. But who knows? Who knows? But I'm
trying to remember who's on Tennessee right now.
I think Tennessee. I could say this. I mean, Brian Callahan. I think we were safe to say he wants to move on from Will Levis. He almost strangled him twice last year doing games. So they're going to move on. And like you said, the more they're not really linked to anybody, right? You kind of makes you wonder. Okay, they're going to go with their kid, Ward or Sanders, and boom. But I tell you what, I wouldn't dress Shador Sanders in a million years. You know why?
Why?
He wears his hat on backwards.
What a setup.
That was good. That was good.
I was like, oh boy. I'm like, Biz, we're live. Don't say it, Biz, we're live.
His face. He went like this. He goes, He went like this.
Why?
What?
Yeah, Eli did get like that for a second.
I love it.
Real quick, because we got 2 more supers to get to. Biz, if the top 2 quarterbacks go 1-2 and the Giants are still picking
that's my
third,
question.
is there any chance they go dart there, or do they do the smart thing
so.
and just take the best defensive player?
I don't think Dart is that high up. That would surprise me. But guys, you never know. But I don't think so. I think you got Travis Hunter or Abdul Carter there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that either. I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. You know,
make a strength a bigger strength. That's one thing we haven't done in forever.
Let's have an identity. Let's have a great defense. Let's do one thing great.
There you go.
You know, that's what I'm begging. Now the defense is clearly coming together.
Yeah. Look, I love it. I love both guys. I love Travis, but I tell you, man, Abdul Carter to me is a Micah Parsons type dude. He wrecks games. He's a game wrecker, man.
Add him to the room, man. I would
not
be upset.
Here's the thing I look at. You know, I look at it like Travis Hunter is a dynamic talent, but as a cornerback, a game wrecker, he could be a big difference. But guys like Micah Parsons destroy games. They blow up offensive game plans, and Abdul Carter is sort of like in that range. Okay?
They lead to sacks and fumbles and interceptions and everything in between, holdings. They just could do so much.
So much they do. You know, the Giants messed up, Gettleman years ago with Parsons. And if that scenario plays out, guys, and Abdul and Travis are there, it'd be tough to pass Abdul Carter, man, because the kid could just destroy offensive game plans. You know what I mean? And he's such a – look, I saw him against Notre Dame in the championship game. I'm sorry, in the playoff game. And he was playing on one shoulder, and he was out there. He was out there. He
was banged up.
Against the Irish, I think he's that type of talent. That'd be tough to pass up. It has nothing to do with they got Tibbs and guys. Please
don't care.
You never have enough pass rushes. You know what I mean?
If you care about Giants history at all, you know that they should not be afraid to add a great player to a great unit already.
Absolutely not.
Totally agree, man. And listen, shout out to the 1,120 people in here. Goodness me, man. The Giant Insider is good for business. Let me tell you, man. The Chris, the Bisignano was in the building. Guys, let's get to a couple super chats because people got some questions for
Spiro,
the
you want to take
before
these?
he gets out of here.
Yeah. So we'll start with C's. The moment.
C's. What's going on, brother?
What position would you double dip at during this draft?
Great question.
Chris, are you well into your studies of the draft? Are you
Yeah. No, I've gotten to these kids for a few weeks now. Yeah.
What do you think? Who would you double dip? What position would you double dip?
I tell you what, guys, call me crazy. I know they just signed a couple of defensive linemen, Chauncey Golston. This defensive line group is deep in this draft.
Yes.
This is a deep group, man. Like you said, how about an identity as a dominating defense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Please.
So you know what? How about that defensive line, man? Up front, I wouldn't mind another guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then another guy. You think I'm crazy, guys? I'm not. Can you imagine a dominating up front, 2 other guys next to Dex? You know what I mean?
Right. And you get to rotate. And if you got to rotate, you're just keeping these guys fresh. You get that much.
Guys, I think there's a team that plays in Philly that we've kind of seen that over the years.
Yeah.
Does pretty good with that. What do you think?
We were those guys first, though, too. We were the Giants were the first rotating waves of defensemen team, and the Eagles took our strategy and ran with it. And look, it's worked. It's worked multiple times. Keep loading up in the trenches, man. Both sides.
I tell you, guys, I'm not crazy about this offensive line group coming out.
Yeah, agreed.
In the draft, not crazy about them at all. Matter of fact, the top 2 tackles could be borderline guards. I'm sorry, Will Campbell and the other kid, Banks, they look like they're going to be 10, but I could see them being moved over in a few years to guards. There's a couple of kids I actually like better than them at tackle, but that's just me. They're good players, don't get me wrong, but I could see them being shifted over to guard in a couple of years, but not crazy. It's not a deep offensive line group, but defense, it is deep. Defensive line, it is deep. You're looking at a situation where the Giants could get a real good one in the second round, man.
And real quick, while we're on the defensive line, Golston, what was your thoughts on that signing? Do you like it? You happy about it?
Yeah. I always liked Chauncey. I always liked his game. I liked his game. I thought it was a pretty good signing. He's a kid that could get to the quarterback. He could stop the run a little bit. So I liked it. Look. I thought it was strange. Don't get me wrong. When they signed Robinson, Robinson Harris. What the hell?
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank. Roy
Yeah,
Robinson
no,
Harris. Right? I thought it was because that's sort of like a second wave type signing. It was cheap, 2 years, 10. But I remember specific. I put it on X. You know, when Jacksonville released him, I text Papa and I was like, "Yo, dude, I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind this guy right here. We get this guy in here. He can rotate in. He could give you some. He could push that puck up the middle too." So I was happy with that. I just thought it was a little weird, like the first day.
Early, yeah, very early.
Always your face always is the big guys, and then the second wave, and then the third wave. He was sort of like my second, third wave type guy. But Joe did a couple of second and third wave signings yesterday.
Right.
Look, they got to stop the run. They need depth up front. You know, we'll see what they do with Nacho. I guess Nacho's going to stick. He's going to stay around. I thought maybe he might be a casualty, but he might stay around. So they're trying to stop that run, fellas. They haven't stopped the run in a couple of years, man. So
not since I was a little girl. I don't think we've been able to stop the run.
You a fool. All right, what we got? Who else? Who else there? Any super guys?
Chris, peace. Thank you, Chris, for your generous.
Thank you, brother.
Oh, Chris Peace. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He's out there in the streets, man. Well, he's always out there, Chris.
Yeah, he used to be on. I think he should jump in with us, but I haven't seen that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds like you're due to stop by the Giant Insider, Chris.
Yeah,
they're missing you over there.
Is this where I contribute to beer to the Green Bay Fund? This is that place.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
More
you so
importantly,
much.
will there be $100 million question? I don't know. Have we asked?
We
Biz
probably
$100
have. He's been here so many times. We've had to have asked.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
had
sure
to ask this
we
one.
have asked him about the OnlyFans question.
Have we asked you that? It's a terrible situation.
Did we ever ask you?
What's the question? I don't remind me. I don't
Eli, go ahead.
Oh, here we go. Goodness. we apologize for this, but Chris Peace brought it up. There it goes.
Damn it, Chris Peace.
All righty. You have $100 million contract that is offered to you.
Me.
Yes, that is offered to you.
Okay.
$100 million contract that is offered to you
Yes.
by OnlyFans, which we all know OnlyFans. We know them for some things, right?
My answer is probably going to be yes on this, but go ahead.
Okay.
That's my boy. That's my boy.
They offered you this 100. Here we go. They offered you this $100 million. If you sign it, you don't know what you're gonna do until you sign it. Or you signing that contract.
Yeah.
Wow. 100 million. Yeah.
It's for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes max.
5 minutes of your time. That's it. You don't know what
Yeah.
you're gonna do till you sign it.
No, I'm good. 100 million. I'm signing it.
Say no more.
Yo, my man was signing the contract and then reading the contract.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Stipulations later.
Chris.
Give it
Yeah.
100 million.
As Spiro
That's
put
what-
it,
that's
100
what
million.
we're
I could get new friends. I could get new family. I don't need you people.
Guys, 100 million, no matter what, when you wake up the next morning, be like, oh, that was some bad. What happened? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know,
And then
we
you
had-
wipe your tears away with a couple
Whatever
of
it is.
$100 bills.
Whatever
We had,
it is, it never
we had-
happened.
we had Justin Pugh on, and you know how we know he's got money is we asked him that question, and he goes, "Is this pre-tax or post-tax?" It's like, bro, any normal person wouldn't give a shit.
He used to talk about that tax stuff in the locker room all the time. He used to sit around the whole court in his locker. Well, no, if you go to Dallas, it's 8%. And he used to talk about when I was in Arizona, it was this. And I'm like, oh my God, he's into that tax.
He should
stuff.
be an NFL financial advisor.
Yeah, he should probably be on Cap Guy.
I agree. You got anything else for the biz?
Actually, I wanted. Speaking of Cap, real quick,
Good.
how are they going to do this? How are they going to add a $50 million potential a year, $40 million quarterback to all the people they signed? Is Joe Shane going down the void year road? Are we going to look
You
into
make
that
it work.
more?
You make it work. They'll make it work. I'm not a
Cap's
Cap
not
guy.
real.
Yeah, look, the Eagles do this shit every year. I don't know how they do it. All of a sudden, they got millions of dollars. You know what? I don't want to hear that bullshit. You make it work. That's why you're supposed to be paying Kevin Abrams. I don't know what the hell. But but
We're always behind the eight ball.
they'll have to make it work until this year and the next year hit, whatever the hell it is. But
Okay.
you know what, guys?
They'll make it work.
Good organizations, the great organizations in this league, they make it work every year. Chiefs make it work. The Eagles are Howie's the prime example. I mean, please, everywhere, every time you think the Eagles got nothing, they're signing this guy, they're signing bonuses up. You got to be creative with the cap, man. You know,
Dude, they gave Saquon the money he wanted, and his contract's not even done. And then they just upped it, extended it. You didn't even have to do that. They're just it's play money to them somehow. And yet we are broke always.
They bring a lot of money up front, and they do signing bonus. Look, I'm not.
So why doesn't every team do that?
Because it's like, why does every team draft well? Some organizations are very sharp with it. Other organizations are not. I hate to say it, but the Giants are not very good with the cap thing, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
You need a whiz who knows how to like get away with everything, the loopholes, how you make it work. Like we don't have.
You
that
make
guy.
it work. Teams make it work. Look, it'll catch up to you in a few years, but then you have a way of kind of getting yourself out of that.
But the cap keeps going like this, and you just kick the can, right? Like
and that's another thing, fellas. The cap keeps going up year after year, and you know what I mean. So you could sign guys knowing next year's cap's going to go up another 12. Look, the league's getting richer and richer, man.
Right.
That's the bottom line. The league's getting richer and richer.
Before you go, we got one more Chris Peace question, and I'd like to know this, Chris. Your best or favorite football movie. Give us what you got.
Favorite football movie? Shit, I got like numerous baseball, but football.
Yeah.
If you want to have a minute to think, I have my 1 and 2.
Go ahead, Heffy.
Go.
Remember the Titans is one for me. It's just got everything.
Soundtrack.
And honorable mention is The Replacements because it's obviously a little more lighthearted, but like somebody said we should sign Shane Falco before, and that reminded me how great that movie is. And where is that cheerleader? Where did she go?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, how about Rudy?
Rudy, hey, listen.
There's not many great football movies, right? Think about it. There's really not many great football movies.
I'll give you one. That I really liked. Any Given Sunday.
Yeah, man. I'm about to say y'all forget about Willie Beeman. Like, how'd y'all forget about Any Given Word? My name is Willie.
I tell you one series I did like was Friday Night Lights, the series.
Yes. Very good series. 100%.
Yeah,
agree on that.
Definitely for sure. Definitely. But guys, of course, man, shout out to the 1,251 people in here for Chris, the Bisignano from Giant Insider.
Hey guys, I got to ask you something.
Yeah, for sure.
How did you guys hook up, man? I mean, you got 2 Jersey guys and a Staten Island guy. I know he's a Staten Island guy like me.
Yeah.
How did you guys know each other? How did you guys hook up?
Jeff, you want to tell?
Can I ask that, or is that like secret?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
That's fine. We'll put it in the public.
Me and Spee were writing articles for NY Giants Rush for a little bit.
You guys are writing articles in NYG Rush? Okay.
That's how we got our start. And then we started a podcast, did that for, a year or so. And then Eli was active on Twitter, and I suggested we should bring him in as a guest. And he was electric. He was Eli. And then me and Spee always got along. And then the room was getting crowded. We just wanted to be in charge. And so we're like, listen, let's just start our own thing. And that was kind of like the
okay, cool. I was curious about that because one guy, because Staten Island guys, we Jersey people are weird. We don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a fact, man. I was like, hold on, I don't know.
Who's the Yankee fan?
That's Jeff. Jeff's
I'm a Yankee fan.
I'm just going to tell you this right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make this prediction. Get used to it because I'm going to tell you right now. The Red Sox are winning the division by a lot this year. Just remember, I said
a lot. What's a lot? 10 games,
6, 7, 8 games. They're going to win again. But look, I know you look at me like, what are you talking about? They haven't won it. I'm just letting you know. Okay, that's all. I
like what you guys have done.
Crochet is all Yankee fans know that the Sox are winning the division.
The Sox, like the Yankees, are always here, right? And they keep forgetting to hit the peak, but they're always here. But Boston seems to go away for a little, and then they just come right back.
Like when we come back, we come back strong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This is the year, man. I mean, the Yankees are down bad. They're down real
now.
Bad.
As far as your Mets, Spiro.
Hey, what do you think?
I don't trust that pitching, bro.
Neither do I. But
Spiro just left his body. Did you see that?
They got a young pitcher in Sprout that's waiting to come up. And if things don't go well, they're gonna hit it at the deadline. They're gonna get somebody big at the deadline. They like their pen, and the hope is the offense is good enough to carry the whole damn thing. That's what the Dodgers did last year. I'm hoping that we got some kind of magic like that with our lineup. But yeah, you're right. The pitching.
Yeah, we kind of just stepped right over that. Biz, how are you a Red Sox fan?
I was just one of those. I was just one of those assholes that want to be different. I was a little bit. Being in Brooklyn, everybody's a Yankee fan, and I was.
From Brooklyn too. You go from.
Oh yeah, I'm a Bath Avenue guy. Yeah. Then I came over to Staten. Oh, what was that? What?
I'm nothing. Why did you a Boston guy? Why did they ever take you for that? Man?
Yeah, and that's I was one of those assholes who want to be different. And,
That's like the one
in the
brother.
70s, it was rough, and losing the
yeah.
Yankees in 78 and
Yeah,
75 World Series. But then, hey.
And you was like, screw it. I don't want to be part of this championship.
Nah,
winning.
you know what? I got to be honest with you. The tougher the loss, the more I got closer to the team. It's weird.
Yeah.
It really was,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
Sean, you're still my brother. Stop your bullshit. Stop your crap. Stop your crap. You guys ever been up to Fenway?
Yes, one of the best weekends of my life. I went
Go up to Fenway, Hefe. Go up there.
I would
you can
love
even
to.
wear
I've never
your
been to
Yankee hat.
Boston.
You won't get beat up anymore. That's
Really?
right.
All right, that's good.
I
I'll
see.
just wear
No,
my
you'll be
my
all right
Irish
now.
stuff.
Ever
I'll be
since
fine.
we won the World Series in 04, Yankee fans don't get beat up anymore.
Yeah, right. Exactly. The pain went away.
Anywhere's got to be better than Philly. So
I agree.
I've never been to Boston somehow.
Funniest thing.
Oh,
So
good times.
I go check out. Yeah, great times. Like Spiro said, I'm checking out the Sox in Philly about 4 or 5 years ago. They're in Philly. So my son's with me. He's got a Sox shirt on, and I said, no, just keep your mouth shut. We're in Philly. You know how it is down there. I'm walking across the street. Here's a Philly fan. You ready? Hey, Red Sox asshole!
No,
Why don't you go back to the Kennedy brothers where you belong?
That sounds about right.
That
That
sounds
sounds
right.
I
about
go like
right.
this. I go, hey, asshole! I'm not from Boston. From New York.
See? Oh,
So what the F you doing
Oh
here?
God,
That's
they're
great.
the worst.
Sounds like
They're
Philly.
the
Philly.
worst.
Typical
Sounds like
Philly
Philly.
fan with his IQ of
Yep.
about 3. Look
Yep.
like he just came out of a car wash. Typical.
Hey, listen, guys.
God,
Let's
I
get
love you,
to
Biz.
one more question they have for Biz before we let Biz go, guys. And
Oh, yeah,
of course, we'll get to the beard, man, first. When
Yeah,
y'all come
beard.
to DC to watch Jaden
Let's
Daniels.
wait till the
Never,
schedule comes out.
never the beard.
He's
Yeah.
our favorite Washington fan.
That's how we love
He's a
beard.
good man.
We love that guy.
Half of authentic in the beard, and he hasn't stopped smiling since they drafted Jaden
He's
Daniels.
the best.
I don't blame him.
Yep.
Son of
Living
a
his
gun.
best life right now.
I don't blame him.
Son of a gun. Half you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
take one,
Pete.
brother.
Go ahead, Spee.
I think we have to attack RB.
Yeah, I think
it's
they
very
will.
deep. DT and RB are the spots where you could just load up and set it and forget it after this. Like Tracy, however, he managed like 50 yards the last 7 games. What are your thoughts? Do you think they're going to add something in the draft?
Well,
Is it smart too?
I think they will. Yeah, I think they're.
Yeah,
I think
agreed.
they're going to draft a running back. Yep.
I agree.
Boom.
I don't think he. Look, I like Tracy too, but he's put the ball on the ground a few times.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could sit here and say, you know what, that's our guy. You know what I mean? Going
Right.
into next season, and he's a good player. He's going to be there. But I don't know if they feel.
He's not a workhorse. He's
I
not
don't
just
feel
not that kind of back.
confident. I know Singletary's going to be back too, but I
We
can
got
see them.
Singletary for one more year at least.
Yeah,
under
one more year
contract.
for Singletary. That's it. Yeah, so I could see them drafting him back.
Yeah, I'd like
Okay.
that. Add
It's
a,
a deep class.
can we get a bruiser?
Yeah.
Can we get somebody with a little authority back there? We got, Singletary's a small. He's like a little bowling ball.
Scatterbo, there you
but-
go.
Scatterbo. I like Nuz, man. He's got it right.
Spee.
Hey.
Spee. Look what we got here.
Hold on. One last one before we let you go.
Tuto.
Thank you, the stanky boys.
My
are back.
boy. That's my boy Tuto, man.
Massive
Tuto.
respect.
Hello, Paisan
Tuto.
over there.
Don't hate
He's
me,
the
Tuto.
best. Vice B and all the diehard fans across the pond, and our paisano Chris Biz in the building. And please slap on them, stinky boys. Loses out of Frondo. I don't know what Frondo means, but it doesn't matter because Tuto's the best. We love him.
Oh,
And
front
he's-
door.
he's-
Lose it.
Oh,
Front
front
door.
door.
Front door.
Front door.
Oh, you don't
See?
speak?
You're getting it, Jeff. Now you
I've been
got
studying. I've been
it. You
studying.
speak Tuto.
And listen,
Tuto.
guys, shout out to the 1356 that are in the building, man, that is watching us here. We do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that thumbs
On
up,
you,
go over
Biz.
to YouTube, hit that subscribe button as well. If you're on X, man, hit that notification bell and that follow button, that like and repost. And we appreciate all the support. It helps us a lot to get these wonderful guests, such as the guy you're seeing here today. And of course, man, we got to wrap up. We can't keep Chris here all day. We just can't, man. So, Chris, man,
You gotta
please
sleep
tell them
on.
where to find you at and let them know, man.
Yeah, just go at Giant Insider on X and Giant Insider Podcast and newspaper.
Yes.
And,
Yeah,
that's where
right,
you'll
man.
find
And
it.
of course, man, our brother Chris, the Biz.
Oh,
Biz
can I get
Brown.
one more?
Yeah,
Yes.
please.
One more plug. Don't
Yeah,
forget to
Yeah.
subscribe and look into the Manja Cast with the voice of the
Let's
Giants, me and
go.
Bob Papa doing that podcast.
Yeah.
That's fire. by
Having,
the way.
having
Love
these
what you
people
guys got
on and
going
all
on.
that stuff. So yeah, enjoy that too. Check that out too, everybody.
You're the
I'm
best.
sure you enjoy that too.
Now, Chris, hold on before you go. I'm sorry, I got one more thing. I saw Papa. I think he was eating before he got it? Like, is it like a type of food show or something?
Yeah,
like,
well,
tell the people
it
what
was
it's
like we're having some fun with it. As far as obviously 2 Italians rapping, and he's a big chef, so we're having
Hell
fun.
yeah.
He likes to whip out the recipes and whip it out what he makes, and he starts eating all that thing.
That's
So
right.
something we're having a little. Obviously, we're having some pretty good guests on. You know, we've had some good guests and talking football. Look, it's not so much the Giants guys. I don't. You know, it's so much. You know, me and Papa talk about the NFL, and like we had Batista on last week talk about stuff with the NFL and Phil Simms about quarterback, you know, guys like that. So we're gonna have a lot of other guests coming on, but we have fun with it too with the wine and the 2 paisans, you know, talking all nonsense about food and all that stuff.
There you go.
All right, I'm gonna ask you something, E.
Yeah.
Why'd you give me that look when I said Bath Avenue?
What you say? Who?
Oh.
What you say? Who?
I said Bath Avenue. Why'd you kind of give me that look? You went like this. You
Bath
went like this. You
Avenue.
went, oh.
What'd you do, E? What did you do, E?
My apologies. No, I didn't even know.
These
Oh,
are, these
Don't
are,
look at all. Don't look at all. I was like, really? No.
I thought he had a bad experience over there in the Bensonhurst area once, and I was like,
Nah.
like that for? Okay,
I got some family over there. Shout out.
There you go.
Hey.
But yeah, no, definitely. No look.
Gentlemen,
But
You're
yes,
the best,
Chris,
Chris.
we
you play
appreciate
golf?
you,
You
brother.
play golf, E?
I do not, but these
We're
guys.
gonna get him golfing.
Hold on.
We're gonna get his ass
The
golfing.
fact that they're getting me going, I gotta go for you. I gotta go with you as well, man. So the day we head
on.
out, we'll give you a call and
Get
we'll make
into
it
it,
happen.
man. Get into
They're
it.
gonna come to Central
Oh.
Jersey, and we're gonna all get out us four and get out for a day, smoke some
Yeah,
cigars. and
Stephen
have a
Bacon,
time.
that was an awesome show, guys. If you can go check
Oh yes,
Giant Insider with
Great
Stephen
guest.
Bacon, that was freaking amazing. So
He's
please
Wasn't he
on
great?
there.
he's funny,
Oh my
man.
gosh, he's
Wasn't
funny
he
as hell.
great, man? He was great.
Yeah,
He's the
he's
best.
great, man. That was one of the ones, guys. So please go check that out on YouTube and everywhere where there's podcast, Spotify, and iTunes as well, guys. So
hell yeah.
of course, this is the Chris, the Bisignano. We appreciate you for stopping by as usual. I'm sure we'll see you in the middle of the season. I'm sure you'll
Oh, yeah,
come back
Chris.
on then, and we'll
Thank
make
you,
it happen.
gentlemen.
But we love you,
Have-
brother. Thank you so
Have
much.
some patience. We'll find out what Aaron does. You know.
Please,
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Keep the ear to the ground.
Definitely,
see
man.
that.
So,
You better text us if you find something out that you can't say yet.
Hey,
listen.
We'll see.
listen, don't listen. We have sources, but guys, it's relax. Relax. Leave Chris alone.
Relax.
We don't
In
want
the
nobody
words
to
of Aaron
think.
Rodgers.
We don't want no one to think. All right,
You know what? Just patience, man. You know what? It's
Just be
not a big deal being first. Just be right.
Yes.
Everybody wants to be the first. Like everybody had Joey Bosa taking it to San Francisco, and then somebody just Shefty's putting out he's going to the Bills.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
Wow, I saw that reported a bunch. I thought that was a done deal that he was
Yeah.
going to San Francisco.
Get the right information, man. Not to be the first one. So shout out, man. But thank you, Chris, man. We appreciate
Chris,
you, brother. The
Gentlemen,
Biz.
thank you. It's a pleasure.
Talk to you, brother. Peace.
See you guys soon, man. Be good, all right?
Definitely.
Later, man.
Brother. I love that guy, man.
Chris.
I love the
What a,
Chris.
what a gem.
Man.
He is a gem.
I love that guy.
So
1,400 building, by the way. Let me just
1,400. Look at you guys. Hey,
Good
we
me.
thank every one of you guys. Now, listen. Let's just go around the room here real quick.
Yeah.
Joe Shane. What are you grading the first 2 days for Joe Shane? We'll start with Hefe on the left side over there. What you got for a grade here? Put a number to it or a letter to it.
It's become very easy to criticize him, and I truly love to poke fun at him, and make memes and stuff like that. But I have to admit, he's been smart so far. There's been nothing that's been like, what are you doing? Like a couple of the depth pieces, like they may not be splashes, and it's like, man, what is he doing? But we need depth too. So he's taking care of some business while it's not the huge splashes. Knowing that quarterback is obviously the golden goose, and that's a work in progress. But I'm going to give him this free agency. Obviously, you got to see it play out. Anything can happen, right? But with the way things have unfolded, I'm okay with a B+.
Okay.
I'm comfortable
I like
with that. And I feel much better about this defense than I did a couple days ago. And we're not done yet. Still a draft, right?
Right.
We can really bolster this defensive line. So there's enough still to be excited about. So I'm going to go B+.
I like that. E?
Yeah,
What do you think?
listen, no, I go with a B.
Yeah.
He addressed a few things, right? Like safety was a huge position, someone to hopefully help out Newbin over there. So, which Newbin's been actually a great get as well. So, imagine those two. I think those two is going to have a good safety tandem, at least coming in there and helping that situation out. But like you said, Hef, like they it's a good solid B. We got to wait and see. I get it, guys, but on paper, the Giants have gotten better on the defensive side of the ball. Yes, we can start to say, oh, well, the D tackle is nothing, or I never heard of this person. Yeah, we can start breaking that stuff down and their grades from Pro Football Focus, which you got to take that with a grain of salt as well. But at the end of the day, when you look at it, everything in its total and its totality, I really like what he's doing. He's addressing a lot of the stuff here that needs to be addressed. And again, we still have the draft to fill in the rest of the holes. But what's going to take it over the top is the quarterback. I mean, that's the one position we have Tommy Cutlets there now, right? So we don't have anyone there at the moment. So, but if it's the right quarterback, which according to Biz, that Aaron Rodgers is the best free agent out there as far as quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is not even, I mean, he's there, but it's like, okay, that's plan B. That's really plan B. So if you get an Aaron Rodgers, that's taking me to an A automatically. And I think, I think we'll get there. Patience, people. Patience.
Yeah. Patience. Relax, as Roger says.
I want to see some grades. I want to see some grades in the chat too. I'm
seeing some grades.
I'm seeing a lot of B with the possibility of upgrading. I think great nuts. I mean, this is tough, right? Quarterback work ain't done yet. Like who would he have signed? He didn't. Yeah, who would he have signed so far? Would you have liked Daniel Jones for 1 year and $14 million? Then let's give it a sec.
Indianapolis.
He's not done yet, right? It's been 2 days, and there are waves to free agency and the draft, and there's even a wave of free agency after the draft. You see how that shakes out. Then there's undrafted free agents. There's so much more, work to do. But I like the start.
Listen, not for nothing. When you look at the draft, right? Like you hope he continues the success that he had this past year, right? As far as hitting on those late rounders and etc. And I really do think. And again, you guys can say, and Hef, you're probably like, you're crazy. But I really do think he's learned from his past mistakes. And
you crazy.
Growing. I think
you crazy.
I think he's learned from his past mistakes because, again, he signed Darius Slayton back. He could have let him walk, and we'd have been stuck without having a number 2 or a number 3 on the roster, right? He's learned, okay, listen, I got to pay a little more for the safety. That's just what the market was. He went and got him a safety knowing that Xavier McKinney walked for maybe a couple million or whatever the case was. You know what I mean? So he could have been like, you know what, I'm not passing this number, but maybe he paid the gentleman another million or 2 million more just to keep him here. And it looks like he got Aaron Rodgers a good offer on the table. Some reports have him at $40 million, right? Even that's too rich for a Joe Shane of what we know. So he's learned from his past mistakes to go, you know what? I got to get better at this. I got to get better at the cap. I got to get better at free agency. I got to hit on these late round picks. And he's showing a little bit momentum. Just got to give him a little time to see if he can cook and do something well for us. At least I hope so.
Yeah. I think I give it a solid B plus. Like we're right there with Jeff. This to me was like a throwback free agency because back in the day, the Giants used to do so well on free agency, and that they used to plug up almost every hole that they had, whether it be a depth guy or a legitimate starter. You want to go into the draft not needing, like desperate needing something, right? You want, because what do the best teams do? They draft BPA because it doesn't even matter if you're strong in a position. Keep drafting that position because you don't know if injuries are going to happen. People are going to leave in free agency. It just gets stars, get the best talent in the building. And the Giants, their first couple of years, have just been drafting need so many times, and it's led them down a path of now terrible drafts. But now I feel like they built up enough depth at every position that no particular spot was like, hey, we can't go into next season. And again, this is understanding that we're going to get a veteran quarterback. They are set at almost every position where they don't need anything particular. If someone's false to you, great. You can get a great player that you didn't think you can get before. You don't have to trade up and waste assets to get a center, to get a wide receiver, so I think they're in a good spot, and I like the guys they signed in terms of the age. Everybody's 27 and under, right? Like everybody is on the rise. They're ascending players. They're tough players. They're so like the mentality.
Some of them are coming in with chips on their shoulder, right?
Chips on the shoulder, man.
Coming back from injury, so they got a lot to prove. So you're right, Speed. Again.
They picked some good players. They picked young ascending players and people with a lot to prove that are now getting paid to step up a level. So this is where I'm at, man. I love B plus, and if they sign a guard, it goes up to an A minus. They sign a quarterback, it's to an A for me, solid A, and then everything on top of that, it's just icing on the cake. It's A plus start territory for me.
And let me ask you guys this as well. Are you comfortable with Darius Slayton coming back at that contract there?
That's where I wanted to go too, because there's no free agent that we knew better than Darius Slayton. He comes in 3 years, about $12 million annual. Cap hit fluctuates, but it's a $36 million deal, right?
Yeah.
So,
yes, sir.
So this is, I almost land completely in the middle on this one. I know that's not a hot take, but for me, it's not an exciting ad, and it's also not a devastating one that anybody should be pissed at. This is a veteran guy that knows the offense, homegrown talent. He's always but that's who he is. He's not exciting. He's not your 14 touchdown guy. He's 700 yards. He's 600 yards every season. He's got to, the one thing I got to say, he's got to get better with drops, right? Can we cut the drops out? And then he becomes a consistent, reliable player. For me, the great Giants teams of the past, this is your Manningham. This is your role player who you just like to have on your team. He's not your Knicks. He's not your Cruz. He's not your Odell, but he's that guy that can fill a wide receiver room. So that's why I land in the middle. If he left and signed wherever, you'd have to replace him and maybe pay more for a similar caliber guy that doesn't know the offense. So you may as well keep him. So I'm not over the moon, but I'm not pissed off either. This is just.
Let me just say this too, as far as Darius Slayton, and everybody's like, he drops the ball, he drops. Cool. In 2022, he had 7 drops, his highest. Okay, 2021 6, 2020 6 as well, but 2023 was 3. Last year was 4, so he's cutting them down, right? And hopefully he gets it down to 3 or 2 again. You know what I mean?
I think they've just been timely. It hasn't been every game. I think they've just been timely.
They're just devastating ones.
But 4, it's not as dire as everyone is saying. It's like, why we sign this guy back? He drops everything. Yes, I understand there's certain possessions which you got to show up for. I get it. I understand that. But still, 4 drops. It's not bad for someone that's giving you the amount of yardage that he gave you last season. I believe it was 500 or something like that at that time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So he's reliable. To me, that's saying he's reliable. So I think it was a great signing right there for the Giants to bring him back and knowing the offense as well.
Yeah. Just speaking on the drops, though.
Quick sidebar question: are we going to rock for a few more minutes? Should I get another Guinness? Or
yeah. Because you get yours now, and I'll get my drink later. So go ahead. Slayton. This coming out of Auburn, that was the knock on him. He does have drops, but you can live with the drops because he still makes big plays. He's still there, and like you said, he's always consistently putting out 500 to 700, mostly 700-yard seasons. Right. And I think it was the boys at Talking Giants said if he just finishes out his contract with the Giants, he's almost a lock to be a top 3 or a top 4 wide receiver in Giants history. The numbers are going to add up at the end of the day. And all this, mind you, in perennially bad offenses with Daniel. And I don't want to get into the guy that we don't speak of anymore, but he's had some bad quarterback play his whole career. Now you get a quarterback that could chuck it down the field, that could throw with some anticipation, that doesn't make tough throws that where you make drops. The drops won't be as prevalent when you have a quarterback that's throwing it to you the right way, right? So maybe Slayton has the upside of an 1,000-yard wide receiver that might have just been untapped because of who was getting him the ball or not getting him the ball.
And I got another question. Okay, I guess. I'm sorry.
No. So to wrap up on it, I like that he's there. And if a wide receiver drops to us in the first 3 rounds, get your guy. And then also next year, if T. Higgins becomes available, it doesn't prevent you from going ahead and getting T. Higgins, moving Slayton as your 3rd wide receiver. That's not going to prevent you, right? So I like where we're at with Slayton right now. So good signing.
Let me ask this for you guys, man, because after signing Darius Slayton, what does that say for Jalen Hyatt? Do you feel like Joe Shane was like, yo, I made that mistake. We got to get Darius Slayton back. What do you think happens to Jalen Hyatt this particular season, man? And I'm going to start with Hef.
I got to say, I'm not giving up on him yet because I think that he can still have value. And there are teams where they have this receiver that kind of pops up for who was like the white dude in the Colts receiving room. Pearsall, maybe?
Oh, Pierce. Well, Pearsall was on San Francisco. But Pierce was on the Colts.
Trying to think of the Colts guy. He was a big play guy. He would have 2 catches a game, but 65 yards. Like he was just.
Yep.
But they knew how to use it. They knew when to get it to him. So there's still value in a guy that can fly like that, even if he is a one-trick pony, which I hope that he can. Alex Pierce, thank you.
Yes,
And that he can grow into more. I think Slayton, you sign him because you have a reliable guy that can run all the routes, right? And if Hyatt's not that dude yet, if he became that dude, you wouldn't have had to sign Slayton. You wouldn't have had to go that route.
Sure.
You would have let the rookie contract run its course. So I still think Hyatt can be more, and I think you get better quarterback play. There were a couple of times where we missed them.
Yeah.
We missed a lot of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could get an injury at any point at the wide receiver spot, and then you're down to doing street guy things again.
Who's behind Bryce Ford Wheaton? Like who's in this?
Yeah, right. We don't. It's not a ton of. Well, it's Robert. We still have Wandell Robinson. Can't forget him. So you have 4 guys, here, but like you need, that 5th guy. You need somebody that's still waiting in the wings. And hey, listen, again, like you said, maybe the quarterback helps him, and quarterbacks are going to help Wandell. Quarterback's going to help Slayton. Quarterback's going to help everybody, even
the defense,
our wide receiver 1. But yeah, exactly, the defense, everybody. So give this guy. I say keep him, because what are you going to trade him for? You're trading him at his lowest value. What do you get? A 6th round pick for him?
Yeah.
7th round pick? Like what's the point at that point?
No.
So keep Hyatt. See if you're going to tap into his potential. Get him the ball in space. But hold on, real quick. 2 more super chats.
Let's catch up.
Steve, I bet you forgot to pray for the Brits losers, mate. The hospital bills past due as we speak.
Shout out to That's so great. Let's catch up on the
and one more, a big one.
Bartlett, Revivalist of the Month.
Show
Revivalist
Bartlett,
of the Month, man. Shout out to you.
Dropping a bomb. B so far for Joe Shane from Bartlett. Trade up for Cam or Rogers Carter and Musa A+ for him. Yeah, he's right on the cusp for everybody. I think there's not a ton of people that have him below a B for the most part. Even the naysayers, which you're doing something right when the naysayers, the people that have gone, trashed you, they're saying, hey, these are pretty good signings. So solid offseason so far for Urbana Joe.
Totally agree, man. But I got one more thing for you guys, man. One more thing.
Just one?
Just the one? I just got a fresh beer. What do you mean?
Oh, listen.
Yeah. I think we got more than one. But anyway,
we got a couple. But here's the thing, man. 3rd round pick comp for McKinney, guys. Are you happy with that? Yes or no? And also Cam Ward, right? Do you feel like the Giants are close to getting the guy they want? Actually, let me say this. What do you think could be the tipping point? If you're Tennessee, the Giants offered you the 1st round, which is a 3. They offered you their 2nd, and that's all they offered you. What else you taking to actually move the needle a little bit?
Sorry, you said go ahead, say that again. 2nd and what?
They offered you a 1st, which is their 3rd, and their 2nd for that year as well. Are you guys taking it? Yeah. Okay, so what's going to put you over the edge, man?
So first of all, I'll say what you kind of touched on there. Getting a 3rd rounder for McKinney is huge. That's another top 100 pick. Very tradable asset, which is just a bonus, a very big bonus. So
it's currency.
You're gonna have to give, you're gonna have to give up potentially 65, 99, and maybe even a 2nd next year. So 2 seconds and 99 and potentially even 65, like both your 3rd round picks. Are you doing that? 2 3rd round picks this year and a 2nd round pick next year.
Ooh, that's a lot. So here's what I'll do.
And the 3rd pick, obviously.
To go get the guy that you're looking for. And I said this, guys. I said this on yesterday's show. If you are in love with the guy and you really want him and that's your guy, then you got to do what you got to do to go get him, right? The Giants are making significant enough signings to kind of hold off a little bit of things that we have to fill at this point. So they can kind of get rid of a little bit of a draft capital there. You know what I mean? Yes, we could take another wideout. Yes, we could take another running back. Yes, we could take another D tackle. I get it. They're not likely going to be out all the picks. But if you got your guy that's coming in here, let's say if Aaron Rodgers signed already, then Cam is going to replace. You go get Cam or you go get Shador. Whoever's your guy, go get him. Go get him. This is just what it's about. This is why you're probably signing Aaron Rodgers to put just in case the plan doesn't fall through, or the plan does fall through, you got Rodgers there for another year, whatever the case is. But either way, you go and get your guy. So if that's what it takes, do it. Pull the trigger.
Yeah. Okay. Wait, Hefe, is there anything that gives you? Are you having any pause with the one I gave you? What if you have to throw in Thibodeau there? But I just said.
Then I would try to get a player back, right? If I would try to get, maybe we get
it's a little too rich for you.
Yeah, maybe we get a guard or something like that in return. As long as the next year's first is off the table, I feel like that's where the conversation can start.
Yeah.
There's no way you give up next year's first to move up 2 spots. At that point, I'd walk away and say, "I'll take Abdul Carter, thanks."
Yeah, right.
See you later. But that's assuming you can lock down. If you can feel a lot better about that if you've got Aaron Rodgers under center, because then if Cam Ward is the goal, then at least hopefully he wouldn't see the field next year if all goes well and you have Aaron Rodgers. So
to that point, do you think if we give Aaron Rodgers a 2-year, say $90 million contract, does that take the trade to number 1 off the table?
It shouldn't. It shouldn't.
Okay. Yeah, I'm saying if we sign Aaron Rodgers 2 years, heavy contract, almost damn near $90 million,
right.
Which is that's your guy for 2 years theoretically. If you're investing that much money into him, are you still trading the assets I told you before?
You don't have a choice
for Cam Ward.
You don't have a choice because Father Time's undefeated, right? You know what I mean? Not to try to say Aaron Rodgers is finding a cliff anytime soon, but he is up there in age. Let's be honest. In football age, he's ancient, right? So
you think that pisses him off, though? Do you think that's going to he wants help, probably, right? Like if he's signed in there and you're drafting his successor at 3 as opposed to getting him help, you think that pisses him off right off the bat?
I mean, listen, I'm sure that conversation is being had as we speak.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, this is why he's taking so long to probably get back to people to be like, yo, what are you doing there? You know what I mean? He understands the Giants need a quarterback. Right. So, at the end of the day, they're going to go and get their guy, right? Steelers, they're too far to get a quarterback. So, he's going to be like, listen, maybe I could go there for 2-3 years and rock out. You get what I'm saying? So, that's enticing to him.
I got a little something to throw at you guys here. Say Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders are gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the whole draft, there's a couple of teams. Yeah, well, hold on. There's a couple of teams then. So what if you lose out on Russ too? Wait, there's still more to this scenario.
Wait.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Wait.
Okay.
So what do you think about trading back up to 19 before Steelers? Because you have to worry about the Steelers now if they're looking for a quarterback, right? And getting your guy Jackson Dart. Do you do that?
So you still get Abdul Carter at 3?
Yeah. Well, yes. You get your defensive guy, a Hunter or Abdul Carter. But you're gonna have to trade some significant value.
And at that point, you're giving up next year's 1. You're giving up.
Probably potentially 34 to 20 to get Dart. Are you doing it or are you staying?
Let me ask you this, Speed. Hold up, and I'm gonna ask everybody: would you go get Anthony Richardson at that point? Would you go and knock on some doors like, what is Anthony Richardson? Because he's a veteran, right? At this point, so would you say, hey, Jackson Dart or Anthony Richardson? Who you gonna get if they give up draft picks for? You get what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, it's a much different trade, right? It's like for Richardson,
right.
I thought about it. Sorry, Eli. I'm just in my own world here. Go.
No.
I just cut him off so bad.
No. But again, it's too rich for Jackson Dart probably if you're going to give up another first round, like you said, for that year, right? So you got to start to be like, hey, Colts, you just signed Daniel. How about giving us your guy maybe for about a third? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. Well, no, you can probably get Richardson for maybe a little bit. Yeah, probably third.
He's in a QB competition with Daniel Jones. You don't have to give up.
Yeah, that's how low Anthony Richardson is. That's on the totem pole right now. Like he's battling out with Daniel Jones.
What about the Patriots? What about the Patriots backup? Like unless they just, I mean, there are guys, but like to my answer, like the more I thought about it, you get Abdul Carter. I say just keep stacking this team. Do not trade back up. Do not touch next year's first. We have 8 draft picks. Just get great football players and just keep moving forward, right? Say we had Aaron Rodgers, if that worked out, and now we're like, what do we do? then you put Jameis Winston behind him or somebody cheap behind him, another veteran, and just wait to get your rookie. Don't force it. It's just going to make more bad shit happen. So that's where I'm at.
That's fair. That's fair.
I mean, again,
Hey, wait, hold on.
and do we?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, we got to catch up.
Yeah, we got to catch up.
Hold on. We got our girl here.
Scoops.
What's good? Thank you so much for the super chat. Hey, brothers. Hope all is well. The draft is getting closer, which means we are closer to being a winning team again. Fingers crossed. Just get me my QB. If Joe Shane if Joe Shane has as good of a draft as he had last year or better, you start dreaming big, right? Like you get your veteran quarterback. He knocks, like, you get another 5 contributors out of 8 picks. I think that's a solid, like, even four contributors out of 8. That would be another nice draft. You start thinking that we could battle with the Cowboys, who have done shit. The Cowboys have done nothing again for another offseason. Yeah. And Washington is good. Washington made some moves. And so they're going to be up there
better.
too.
Yep.
They got better. But they're pretty much all in. They got Tunsil, that was a big trade. I don't know if you guys saw that. Yep. Huge trade, left tackle for the future.
They got Debo. They got Debo too.
They got Debo. They made some moves. So, but I think a good draft puts us in the conversation with them, which is all we really like. We want to be relevant again, right? And I think a good draft can do that. So shout out Scoobs. We will see you at the draft, I think, right? I think Scoobs is going to be at the draft.
Scoob.
And we're going to holler at each other. But one more from Bartlett, who's basically financing the whole Green Bay trip on his own at this point.
Shout out Craig. Shout out everybody.
He is the best. For that good of a trade, the trade I talked about before, for that good Cam trade up Juju. This is for the trade up Juju. That's why he's
the Juju. The Juju. Not
Smith-Schuster.
Not Smith-Schuster.
Yes. Sorry, Bartlett. I love it. Keep the money coming if you want to keep throwing that Juju our way. We want that. We want that good Juju. No,
appreciate it. Revivalist of the month, Bartlett in the building.
Bartlett is a major financer of this trip. By the way, this is where all the super chats are going. We didn't say it tonight. We've said it on the last couple shows, but we're going to Green Bay. Flights are booked. Going to need a rental car. Going to need a hotel. Any super chat is going right towards us in Green Bay, and we're going to document the whole thing and bring you with us, and we'll be posting content constantly. Any super chat is going towards, and it might be beers. Okay, we're not going to lie, but that's part of the trip, right? You want us to have fun. Richard does.
Let me say this too, because guys, before we hit to the draft, we do something called the People's Mock Draft. That's right. Yeah. It's for you guys to win money from us. So here we go. We're gaining it for Green Bay, but we're about to get rid of it, right? So guys, we pick a bunch of people that want to be involved. You can actually email us at thenyrevival@gmail.com, or you can DM us at New York Revival, or any one of us as well. If you want to participate, you come and pick for the certain teams that are through 1 to 10. And if you get it right, you win some cash money. So that's coming up as well. Look out for that. So we give back to the people that give us. Yeah. We do appreciate you guys, man. Shout out to the 1,819 people in the building right now. Goodness me. Love you, people. Guys, if you're on X, please, if you can, hit that follow button for us. If you can, hit that notification bell. Guys, this is my crazy idea, is to book all these guests for the month of March. So we have another guest next week, and we have another guest following, just to let you know. So I don't see any
setbacks. That leads into the mock draft. We're just gonna be cooking. We're gonna be
cooking, guys. So if you can, tap that notification bell when we go live. Please hit that like and repost button as well, and follow. And if you're on YouTube, that subscribe button is really important. If you can, hit that subscribe button, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And hit that like button, thumbs up. It really helps.
So basically, what we need you to do is go on every single social media platform and just hit all the buttons.
Leave a comment on our podcast, on Apple Podcasts. Yeah,
just take a half hour. Just take a half hour after this and go everywhere. You see our name.
I've done it. I've done it. It's 3 minutes. It's 3 minutes. I've done it. All right. Damn it. 3 minutes.
You gotta really like somebody to do that. But this is a shitload of people watching on X. Oh, yeah. And we love to see it.
I got a question for you guys, real quick, off the top of your head. Who has been your favorite free agent signing so far? One guy.
Oof.
Eli, go.
Oh, I'm going first. Okay.
Yeah,
I would have
I'm-
to say it's Holland, right?
okay.
That was a need. That was a hole that we had to fill. And to be honest with you, man, the guy's he's a baller, right? Like in some sort of way. You ask all Miami fans, they're like, "Yo, this guy, he could play well. He could do well." So, I'm excited about that. Another way to bolster up that defense, and I like that with Newbin, man. I really like that a lot.
Yeah,
So,
dude.
I think that's probably the best signing so far.
I like that. Yeah. So I think he brings the best out of Newbin now because now Newbin can roam around and play that like money linebacker slash. It's he can do whatever you want, and that's how he plays best. Finally, we signed someone that can make our rookies or young guys that we drafted better. Right? That's what we never do. We never made Saquon better. We never gave OBJ the right. Like you never support our young guys. Now this Holland guy takes all the pressure off of the second the cornerbacks and our Newbin, our safety, and I think you'll see a great year out of Newbin going forward. But Jeff, who was your top free agent?
Yeah,
signing so
the best free agent was obviously the swing tackle Hudson.
far?
No, to be honest, it's Holland as well. And you're vaguely familiar with these guys, but it's not like you see them the way you see the Giants players.
Sure.
And so doing research, like the one word that just seems to come to mind watching him is instinctive. The guy just seems to fly, like you just see him float where the ball ends up a lot. And I just love to see that. And he's not afraid to hit. He's not afraid to get dirty. He's aggressive. He's all the things you want. And I don't, and McKinney is an all pro. And I don't want to go overboard comparing the two. He's a different kind of player than McKinney. And I think Giants fans will like him because he's in your face. Like he's a not back down kind of guy. And like you said, with Newman, who is a tough dude, that kind of dude, like let's start building an identity on the defense. And I'm sorry to see he's had a great comment real quick. He's got to see the accommodations in Green Bay. You keep sending
it's not going to be an Airbnb. It's going to be tight.
We might upgrade if you keep sending the super chats.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We sacrifice people.
Yeah. It's going to be tight.
We're sacrificing. All I know is somebody's on the floor.
On the floor, cot. I don't know. We'll see. Hey, listen, it's one night. We're gonna rough it. We're gonna be in and out. It's a business trip here.
It is.
We're there for business.
That's what we told our wives.
Beers. Yeah, exactly. Hold on. I want to see one more thing about Holland too that I really love.
Yeah.
And no, actually, it's about McKinney because if you think about, I know the McKinney thing, we wind up with egg in our face. Like every move we made last year, wound up with egg in our face.
True.
But McKinney was inconsistent when he was a Giant. He wasn't an all-pro.
Yeah.
If he was an all-pro, if this year's version of McKinney was the previous 3 years, he would have been a lock signing. 17 million would have been nothing at that point. He wasn't that guy, so you kind of forget that. And he became that guy now. And then you have the locker room stuff that Chris was alluding to. That it kind of made it easy to walk away. But that's what Holland has been kind of. He's been kind of inconsistent. He had 2 great years, got hurt, and then he's still only 25. You're betting on upside. You're betting that he's healed, and he's a playmaker, like you said. So while he's not like McKinney exactly in a play style, a lot of similarities of inconsistent first 4 years, but a young ascending player that can make plays. And I think we got it in him. I think we got it.
Totally agree, man. But
wait, but can I say who I like? My best.
Sure. Yeah, please.
It's your show, bro.
Adebo. Paulson Adebo.
Go ahead.
I love this kid. He's got 10 interceptions over his career, and he had 3 in last year's season alone. He only played 7 weeks. This guy is a playmaker. He's tough. He's young. He just turned 26. He plays. His run defense is fantastic. Where the Giants been getting burned all year long is on the edges. Everywhere. Now you have everywhere. Yes, but mostly on the edges. Now we got a defender on the edge that could stick his nose in there and really be a ball hawk and a good tackler. And just he won in New York City. I love his attitude. He won in New York City, and he's got the experience that this defense needs. Now you move again. We talked about how Holland's going to help Newbin. Now our boy Adebo is going to help Banks. You move Banks over to CB2 where he's we put too much pressure on him last year. He wasn't ready for CB1. It was a new system. Now he's second year in the system, understands everything. Move him over to CB2 where he's even more comfortable. Doesn't have to take on the top guy. It helps your young guy get better, more confident. And I think that's what this move, really helped me with. And so for me, Adebo, A+ signing, and I can't wait to see what he does.
I like what you said about he's a ball hawk, because I think it was like, we had a quick phone call earlier today and we were talking about it. It's like that's the kind of thing you kind of are or you're not. There's some things you can work on, right? Like if you were having too many penalties, you can be coached away from doing penalties. But like if you're instinctive and you know how to make plays on the ball, like Tay Banks was not that dude in college. He's not that dude in the pros. Like that's you kind of either have that or you don't. And if he does, that's great, man. And part of like the McKinney thing too was inconsistent. It's like when you're part of a losing culture like that's been here, you're not giving every ounce that you have on every play. And he went to a football team that was playing meaningful football every single week, and it brings the best out of a great player. So I think that's a part of it. And as soon as the Giants can turn the corner and start becoming a place that's like has pride in their football, then you're going to see a lot of more players give that extra effort. Thibodeau, another guy.
Totally agree, man. Year. And steel sharpens steel, right? So these guys got to go in there, and hopefully these new guys that they brought in can actually raise the level of competition around everyone. Because when you have people that's making plays on the ball and etc. is infectious, right? All the players want to contribute. They want to do the same thing. Look at Justin Tuck, OC, and Stray. Those guys used to attack the quarterback and be like, "No, now you go get one. No, now you go get one. Yeah, I got one." Like they made it such a competition. You know what I mean? So these guys, hopefully in the secondary, can do that. And Deontay,
you get a pick. You get a pick. Right.
Yeah,
right.
you get a pick. It's your turn. You know what? You go stop that run. You go. Yes. Like, guys, we're finally starting to see, hopefully, some guys in here that can actually do this to some of these young pups. This is a young team.
JPP,
very young.
As a rookie, calling game as a rookie. Like, when you got leaders like OC and Tuck above you, and you got your rookie who's just a freak athlete coming out and doing stuff like that, like you won a Super Bowl. Like, what else do you have to say? Like, that's what that kind of culture creates. Brings the best out.
And so to those two guys that we got, Holland and Adebo, both we now have mentioned are ball hawks. We had I think 3 interceptions last year. Or was it less than 3 interceptions? There was a clear focus this year. Get guys that can get their hands on the ball and make turnovers, right? Like that was a clear a thing they were looking, and that could play the run well. They went very hard on those two aspects, and if they hit on that changes the defense, man. Turnovers change games, and we didn't get enough of them in the secondary last year. So I'm hoping that's going to happen with these two guys.
I'm hoping, guys, man. Shout out to the 1,917 people in the building. Without you, there is no us. Without you, there is no us. So we appreciate it, man. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well, guys. We're at the end of the show. We are at the end of the show. I have to say, man,
I don't want it to end. I never want to end.
I never do too. I'm exhausted, man. But let's get some nice music. I like this music right here, man.
Yeah, this is new.
Shout out StreamYards. Finally doing something right here. All right. We pay all this money to you guys to screw us up sometimes. But, man, listen, man, we had a lot of stuff going on. Don't forget day 3. Of course, free agency is happening. And you heard the biz, man, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. Just be patient. Just be patient. Remember who contacted who. Go back. Actually, we'll put the clip out. Go back and he'll tell you who contacted who to come to the Giants. So go back and watch that show at the beginning, man. He'll tell you. So, man, on behalf of my brothers, man, you guys know who they are. And that's Mr. Glass Half Full of Nets.
Steven Ginger.
Let's go. Hey, shout out to Tiger Woods' Achilles, man.
Oh, here we go.
Tiger Woods.
Here you go. He just can't wrap a show. He's gotta throw a stat.
I want to say, hey, for all those that love golf out there and that love watching history, Tiger Woods blows out his Achilles. He's donezo for at least another year. He's not going to get the record for Jack Nicklaus. I'm pissed off. I want to. Tigers at the Masters is like peanut butter and jelly. They just go together, and it just sucks that we have to go another year without seeing Tiger there. So I'm pissed.
The Masters is April.
Yes, it's right around the corner. He's done. He's done now. He's done. He turned 50. I'm pissed. Bad news for Tiger Woods.
How long? Wait, how long do golfers actually golf for? Like, what's
You
their
could
age?
you could golf into your a guy in the peak form. If he was in peak form, you go into your early 50s, but his body's breaking down, dude. His body is breaking down on him.
All the time. It's
Yeah,
undefeated.
lately it's these because the game has gotten so popular. Now you're seeing like young 20s that are these dudes are
Bombers.
just aces. They've been and then like the top tier guys, the most famous guys, are probably mid 30s. Like they kind of have kids. They're just super fit. Like for the most part, they're just like these really fit dudes that like take this so serious, and they're just getting like an extra 50 yards on their drives, and it's wild. But on Netflix, you watching the documentary, Speed? It's called Full Swing.
Yeah, Full Swing's the
Good
best.
as hell. It goes behind the scenes, and you think being a golfer is like the best job in the world, and like it's such a head case sport. And that documentary gives you behind the scenes of like how much work these dudes put in, and it's like whether you win or lose a tournament, you get on a plane, you're going to play another tournament the next weekend. Like they're not all majors, you just keep playing. Yeah, and so it's fascinating. It's good shit though.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
It wasn't Top Golf. It wasn't the indoor shit. He was just taking some swings, dude. And when you're almost 50 years old, it just goes like that. It just goes.
Robbie.
R0.
Welcome, Robbie.
Welcome,
Robbie. Right out of his 18-hour space, comes to join. He must have just taken a break at 10 p.m. and he's gonna fire another one up at 10:06.
R0. I gotta jump in.
You know that space is coming as soon as the news drops about the quarterback. You know that thing is lighting up, and I can't wait to. It's an excitement, right? You're a little bit excited again. But when we thought that we were going to be out, we thought this we're like, oh, this is the worst season. Oh. They like Pacino said, they pulled us back in.
I feel like a schoolboy.
I know. It just we get a guard and a quarterback.
Pulled us in. They pulled us. Listen, but you know what? You know what though? I am not like really like how the year before I was like, you know what, they got it. This is it. We're gonna do it. Like I'm not doing any of that right now.
Not yet.
I'm excited a little bit.
If they get Rodgers, there's gonna be some.
They get Rodgers, I'm over the moon. Right now, I'm like, all right, cool. Right. But I don't know if they get Rodgers, man. I don't know. I'm gonna have to talk my shit.
We are gonna go. Listen,
we'll go live.
If the news hits, we're gonna do our best to get live, like ASAP, because that's a game changer right there.
I don't care if it's just one of us, two of us, and just make sure they know we gotta go live. So we'll figure that out. But guys, definitely, man, we appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I gotta do this all over again. And of course, man, it's okay. Full. We got El Jefe, man, and it's your boy Eli Rax, aka Vibes. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and blessings. Yes, sir.
Happy St. Patty's to you.
New York Revival, I'm in the building. Let's go.
Live with the Woodlard Roar!
Let's go.